And here we are. I'm here. I'm queer. I'm certainly used to it. And I'm live. Here I am. And where are you? It is just after 1 a.m. Saturday night, Sunday morning. So I don't know where people are. I never go out on weekends. I hardly ever go out at all, actually, so I don't know what's going on with people. I don't know what people are watching on TV. I don't know anything that is going on, but I am here to delight and entertain you if you wish. Um, and it looks like there's still no one here. Nobody wants to be delighted or entertained. Either one. Okay. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm here, and this is what we're doing for a while, and we're going to see if it works. I don't know whether it will or not, but here I am. And here I am again. I just had to take a swig. Okay. We have people in the room. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? People might actually comment. Oh, how wonderful would that be? Anyway, here I am. I'm just, hey, Alicia, glad to see you. As I was saying, I'm just here. I'm just playing around. Hey, Denisha, glad to see you too. Very glad to see you. Just playing around here with this live streaming thing. I'm learning that I enjoy live streaming more than I enjoy other kinds of videos. Not so much into doing the editing thing, but I like doing these live streams and they're fun. So I'm glad to see people here, and you can comment freely. I will be glad to see you here. Okay, what else is going on? I was working a lot on blue hats. I had to take a break, so I started a moss stitch shawl, and this is as far as I got, and now I'm going to go back to blue hats. I will finish this moss stitch shawl because because of Granny D's challenge in May, I have learned that I like the moss stitch, and it's fun, and it comes out quite attractive as well. Denisha says editing videos is overrated. I agree, but sometimes you have to chop bits off and just take bits out. So I'm still doing my Hat Not Hate challenge. And I have a bunch of blue yarn that I'm trying to deal with. Please, nobody send me any more blue yarn, please. I've got so much. I have this beautiful stuff. This is Lion Brand jeans. In the, oops, about to lose something here. This is Lion Brand jeans in the Stonewash colorway. I love this stuff. I love the weight of it. I love the feel of it. I love the look of it. And I have 3 skeins of this plus a little bit left over from a previous skein. So I have no idea how many hats I can make from that. But I also have other blue yarn that I need to finish up because I'm trying to make as many hats as I possibly can by July 21st, which is the end of um, my contest, because that way I can count up all my hats. I can compile all of the guesses that people had, because the contest was about guessing how many hats I was able to complete. Oh, Denisha is asking if I got in trouble for being up super late. Get in trouble with whom? Um, it's I don't know. I I feel it when I stay up late like this. Sometimes um, I feel it very, very strongly the next day or the next several days when I want to just sleep all day long, and that isn't practical because there's so much that I want to do. Uh, anyway, so with this yarn, I have other blue yarn, and so with my challenge. Oh, Alicia says, oh, yeah, Denisha, we were a little bit boisterous last night. We were indeed. We were indeed. I have been known to raise my voice in live streams. It has happened. Might not happen tonight. I might be too tired to raise my voice at all. But we did. We were a bit boisterous. I have a really, really wonderful time when I do these late night live streams, but sometimes I have trouble the next day or the next several days getting by. And Alicia says that she had a ball hanging out with us. I'm glad to hear it. I hope that you have a ball this evening as well, because I plan on being here for a few hours. I haven't been. I am going to revise my normal weekly schedule. Um, Nothing is going to shift my Topic Tuesdays or my Wednesday free-for-alls. My Thwip Thursdays, I haven't stuck to as closely as I might. On Fridays, I was doing recorded tutorials. I'm going to convert my Fridays to a rotating format that includes some interviews, some live streams, some tutorials, but not a tutorial every week. I do shout out Saturdays, and I didn't do that today, and for that I do regret that. But you know, we can all go on living. None of us have died because of it. Sundays, I have my Sunday readings. Those are the easiest ones to pre-record and upload and schedule. And I love doing poetry readings, and nothing is going to stop me from doing it. Okay, Denisha. No, I am not a spring chicken. I am more of an autumn chicken. I am a very, very late autumn chicken. Yeah. I remember in college, I used to stay up all night doing papers, and it was sort of an event. And back in the day, this was before personal computers, we would borrow the IBM Selectric typewriter from the administration office of the music department. We would type our papers on that. And we had the best time just staying up all night. And at about 4 or 5 o'clock, we would go and get cheeseburgers or something. And it was fun. I never say no to a cheeseburger at 4 or 5 in the morning. Although nowadays I might more likely say hello to like a bacon, egg, and cheese or a sausage biscuit or something like that. Ooh, they're open all night, aren't they? I just might have to step out at some point. Anyway. Oh, Alicia says that's why she came back. Because we were so naughty last night. Naughty and irreverent. That's like my trademark. That's my stock in trade. Oh, somebody in somebody else's live today. It might have been Melanie. She people always do these trivia or these quiz questions, and one of them was whether you could be brilliantly smart or whether you could be funny. And my answer, which should surprise no one, was funny. Hell yeah, funny. That's my stock and trade. That's what I do. That is, well, the voices in my head say that's the only reason people love me is because I make them laugh, but I know that's not true. But you know how voices in your head can be, and we learn to say, okay, voice, I understand what you're saying, but here is a different way to look at it. You like being witty. I think you are, Denisha. Oh, come on. Yeah, I really enjoy doing this sort of thing. I wish there were more people here right now, but it is like 1:30 in the morning on Sunday, so I'm not surprised that there aren't all that many people. I did change my shirt though. I have a collar on, so you should appreciate that. Yeah, I keep coming back to, well, David, you are no spring chicken. It's true, but I'm not a spring chicken. Anyway, I'm going to I'm going to put the link if anybody wants to join me up here. We are smart in Massachusetts. And some people are sleeping. But we are smart. I know what you mean. You're very smart. Whereas around here, it's, we might be sort of smart, but, we don't want to make you think that we think that we're smart. That's that Southern gentility thing. Hello, Pamela McGuire. Glad to see you. Yeah, it does take a long time to recover sometimes, and I have stuff to do tomorrow as well. But it's fun. I like doing it. I might. There was, how long did I do that? About a year and a half. When I was doing typesetting in the financial world, I worked midnight shift, 12 to 8. It took a lot of getting used to. And then when I got off of that shift, it took a lot of getting used to living on a different shift too. It takes time to readjust your body clock. And in fact, okay, Pamela is saying her great-grandsons there came to celebrate your birthday. Okay, do I understand you correctly? Are you saying that you will be turning 153? I don't think that's what you mean to say. But it would be fun if that was true. Think of the wisdom. Do you know, I had the very last church music job I had was in Long Island. There was a lady there, very, very nice lady, and I have not been back there in many years, so it would not surprise me to learn that she is no longer with us. But she was over 100 years old at the time, I think, or very nearly 100 years old. But if you think of a person you know in the flesh who has lived through the past 100 years, she lived before Model Ts were common, before people had cars, before telephones, before electricity was in every house, before indoor plumbing. I mean, and she was such a nice lady, too. Ugh. Don't make me start crying. You know how I get. But she was such a nice lady. And I mean, just to think of the things that she had seen in her life. Exactly, Denisha. Yeah. And it's funny, she had given up driving a number of years before. No doubt to everybody's relief. But she had driven this huge Lincoln Continental land yacht around. And she said that because she was so old and people could see her, and you know, she people would ask her, "Oh my goodness, aren't you scared?" And she would say, "Oh, people stay so far away from me because they see." Apparently, what she was saying, not literally, but what she was saying is they would see that she was a little old lady in a Lincoln Continental the size of a city block, and they would stay very far away. And I think that is great fun. Think of the power there. Wow, Pamela, 107. That's amazing. Wow. And Russell, I'm glad you're here too. But yeah, yeah. So I'm just here running my mouth because that's what I do. But I'm also going to put the link up here if anybody wants to come up. Um, as we're going along, Nightbot will tell you other people that you should pay attention to, but not at the same time, but you should stay here. Okay. Oh, oh, Ingrid, Ingrid, oh, I'm so glad to see you. Wow, I always love to see Ingrid. Ingrid is so wonderful. Did you bring enough coffee for everyone, Ingrid? A hexagon blanket? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love it when I do this because I see a lot of my old friends. Some people have some sense and will be sleeping because it's after midnight. Um, but of course, I have no sense at all, and I'm not sleeping. And here we are. And I'm gonna go on. Oh, excuse me. Oof. So, tell me what's going on, people. Tell me what's on your hooks and what's in your cups. And what did you have for dinner last night? What are you gonna have for breakfast in the morning? Oh, thank you, Ingrid. We need coffee. Yeah, Denisha, we should all be sleeping. Um, Probably not sleeping together, but that's a different discussion. There we go. Don't start yawning. Oh, I'm sorry. And oh, because you said that, you made me yawn again. Okay. So, so Ingrid, what is on your hook? What's going on in your life? What are you working on nowadays? Um, Ingrid, wake up Ursula and bring her over. Ha! Ha! Ha. She'll get up on the board and I won't have to talk ever again. So let's try to read comments, not read people. Because I can read people, believe you me. But I'm trying to read comments. So we don't have all that many comments, but people, you are. Oh, okay, there's another one. Never been accused of having sense. I knew I loved you for a reason there, Pamela. Because neither have I. Oh, God. Let's see, what else do we have going on? I was working on, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I was working on this, it's going to be a moss stitch shawl. You can see the color is beginning to change already. This is with leftovers from hey Kristen, this is leftovers from a Lion Brand mandala cake. And I'll probably just do it with leftovers from this, that, and the other. Because I've been doing so many blue hats that I might be blue hatted out for a minute or two because I need to do many, many more blue hats before the end of July. Russell is working on a queen size blanket stitch tutorial from Fiber Spider, of course. Breakfast is sausage and cheese on a bagel. That sounds good. I'm thinking I might go out and get something decadent for breakfast. Like a bacon, egg, and cheese on a biscuit or something like that, or a real, well, as close as they might approximate a New York style bagel here in North Carolina. Because I do miss those. Rosa's peach chicken. That actually sounds quite nice. Oh. Pamela is making a bag a day shawl. That's also quite nice. Ingrid, tell us more about this Rosa's peach chicken. Is there a link to a recipe? Because I'd sure like to know about it. Peach, I have to say, peaches are my favorite fruit, and they're only in season for a short time during the year, and right now is the time. And I need to go out and find some because I love them. Actually, I have a scar I don't know if you can see it, but it's like when I was a very, 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 very young boy. Um, I was at, oh gosh, it was either peach or strawberry, some kind of a festival for that sort of thing. And I ran headlong into a barbed wire fence, and that's why I have this one scar here. You know, most of my scars are really on my heart instead of my face, but that's a different topic of discussion. Russell, by whose color packs from whose website? Oh, Ophelia, is that what you're talking about? I have watched Ophelia before, but I don't watch her as often as some other people do. Waffles. You know, every last one of us loves Becca Day and her tutorials and her patterns and stuff. I many times I have made stuff from her tutorials. I would just write my own little notes about the tutorials, and then I would be able to reproduce the work because she made it that understandable. So we all love her, and she is such a lovely person. Ingrid says, oh, alternating between a hexagon blanket and knitting a pair of socks. Oh, I'm totally at a loss where socks are concerned. I am sockless. I think I might have one pattern for a pair of socks. I've never used it. Anyway, so, typo shawls. I will sleep till noon. I'm old, I can. I'm old too. And actually, I'm alone in the house for the whole weekend. So I can do whatever I want to do, which is nice. My sister has gone away. My sister and I share our late mother's house because she and I are both pretty much we're in at our current age single and poor, so we live in this house together. Oh, thank you, Ingrid. I can't wait to see that recipe. I love peaches. I think peaches are wonderful. Do you know, I have often said that I think that garden peas are the work of the devil. I think that peaches are proof that God loves us. You know, there's a quote, I think Ben Franklin is supposed to have said that beer is proof that God loves us and wants to be happy. I think that peaches are proof that God loves us and wants to be happy. And I will never, ever change that opinion. Hey, Michelle, glad to see you. Trying to read the comments here. Yeah, peaches. Peaches, my very, very favorite fruit. But they're only in season for, I don't know what, 2 months of the year. Um, although, do you know, you can get frozen peaches from, your supermarket, and then you can, I love to, like, if I have bananas that I've had a little bit too long, I put them in the freezer. And then with the frozen bananas and any other kind of frozen fruit that I have, like peaches or berries, and then maybe a little bit of soda or some other thing, maybe orange juice, maybe something a little stronger than orange juice. Put it all in a blender, and it is perfectly glorious. You just can't imagine. Peaches, yes. Peaches are proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. Peaches. Oh God. I'm gonna have to hit the farm stand this morning, I know, when the sun rises, if it ever does. I'm gonna have to hit the farm stands and see if I can get some fresh peaches, because there's nothing better. And there's just nothing better than fresh peaches. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Oh, but that's how I am. Oh, come. It's lovely to have people here. Pamela says she can't knit. Knitting is still a mystery to me, and I'm okay with that because there's enough left to do with crochet that I haven't done yet. Oh dear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, what a horrible loss. Pamela is sharing that she picked up crochet when she lost her daughter, who was 21 years old at the time, as a form of therapy. I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine. At the same time, I have met so many people, particularly since I've been doing my interviews with men in yarn. I have met so many people who consider crochet, knitting, whatever kind of yarn work they do, as sort of a contemplative or prayerful practice that helps them get back to a more centered position and not a position that is full of anger or full of grief or full of anything else. So I cannot imagine being in that position, but I have such huge respect for people who have used crafts to come back to a more central position, having been in that extreme mindset. Ooh. Michelle says her grandma used to make a special trip to Michigan to get peaches. Peach butter. Apple butter, but only that. Oh, God. I want some of that peach butter. Oh, my goodness gracious. Do you know, Gaffney, South Carolina is known apparently for peaches. So you drive along Interstate 85 that goes from Charlotte to Atlanta. You see this huge water tower with a peach on it. People didn't realize what it really looks like. It looks like a great big hiney in the sky. And I think that's fantastic. Crochet, yes. Ingrid agrees that it's very therapeutic. It is. It is. Crochet, knitting, anything that you can focus on that has some sort of a rhythm to it, because the rhythmic nature of it helps, and that you can just take yourself out of yourself. Oh, Russell, I did not know that. Wow. Yeah. We all, I mean, it's part of life that we suffer so much loss. And it's just remarkable that most of us are able to pick ourselves up and get on. I don't know that I could, actually. I honestly don't. And I have been very, very fortunate in that way. Okay, what are we doing now? Pamela, I want to thank you for sharing that with us. I don't want to hover on it or dwell on it too much, but I feel privileged that you felt safe enough to share that with us in this room. Oh my God, I didn't even know that part either, Pamela. Oh, that makes it even worse. Mm, mm. Wow. God. Life just hits us in the face and knocks us to the ground sometimes. And what can you do? I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine, Pamela. I'm just so sorry. I mean, life is full of so much sorrow, and every time I think that my own sorrow, which is a shit ton of sorrow, is overwhelming, and then I learn about people who have had more sorrow than I have. And it's not a game, it's not a contest, it's not a comparison, but still, sorrow is sorrow, and we all hurt. I'm gonna start crying. Puppies, let's talk about puppies. Wow, wow, gosh. Mm. Now, Russell, it's funny because Russell, I hardly know you, but I feel like I sort of do. But I also feel like I should know you better because I knew you had two kids, though two grown kids. I didn't know you had an earlier uh, child who was stillborn. Um, I mean, this is what we're here for. We are a community. And that is the best thing that I have found since I came into what we call the Yarny community. The, all of us together, because we all love each other and we all try to be supportive. Some of us, we're all human beings. Some of us fall short. God knows I fall short in just about everything I ever try to do. But um, we have that intent to be kind and supportive for each other. And I think, I'm not sure you find that in other virtual communities. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, but Ingrid says that she agrees with me about, we all have sorrow, but it's never, ever about comparisons, because every last one of us has sorrow and pain. Um, and I don't think you might gain perspective from seeing that other people also have sorrow and pain that is comparable to yours. But in the end, I don't think there is any reason in the world to compare or even quantify the sorrow that you feel beside the sorrow of somebody else, that even if, whether you know that person or not. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we gain anything from quantifying it, and I know that we don't gain anything from comparing. Pamela, please do not apologize. I feel honored that you felt safe to share that information with us. Oh my gosh, I did not know that we were going to go in this direction this evening, but I'm prepared for it. Ingrid is sharing about her 2 grown children. I have met Ingrid's grown son online just briefly for a few seconds. He seems like a wonderful guy, which is no surprise since we know Ingrid, and we trust that Ingrid is who brought this really nice guy up, taught him how to be in the world. So that should not be a surprise. She also has a daughter. I think she's in what we would, well, when I was a kid, we would have called it junior high school age. Um, Pamela, you are perfectly fine saying anything that you want to say, yet you are always safe in my room. And if anybody makes you feel unsafe, I will hunt them down and kill them. Maybe not, but I'll at least kick them out. Wow. What a conversation. I feel privileged to be part of this conversation because you're all trusting me with this level of feeling and sorrow. And we were talking about sorrow, and that you just don't compare sorrow because there is no valid comparison. We all have sorrow. We all have those events where there is grief and sorrow. Um, if we try to compare sorrow, if we try to reach a certain level of sorrow in order to perhaps, if we think potentially to do justice to the reason for the sorrow or the person who has the person involved in the sorrow, the cause of sorrow, I don't think that we gain anything because there is sorrow everywhere. And every one of us has to process our own sorrow. I would never ever suggest that there's like a sorrow blanket that you would just, put this blanket on you or put this blanket on something else. And there is all your grief in that blanket. And then when you pick up the blanket, you can go on with your life. I wish it were that easy. Wouldn't it be great? But we all have so much to learn from our sorrow, from all of the feelings that we have. And in today's day and age, it's really hard to see that that our experience in just living day to day is mirrored by others, but also our feelings are mirrored by others. And nearly every one of us just gains from knowing that our own feelings are mirrored and we're not the only person in the world who feels that way. And I'm just running my mouth again. I'm so sorry. Ingrid, yes. Based on the little bit that I got to meet him online, I don't even remember how long ago it was. He seems like a really nice guy. Yes, Pamela, there is an awful lot of hate, and I don't. I we know it's out there. We don't. I try not to dwell on it. I try to focus more on love because that's what we're here to do. How many times did we hear, "Beloved, let us love one another"? You know, a lot of it. Even if I have so many friends who grew up in mainstream Protestant or even more extreme Protestant churches, and then just threw the baby away with the bathwater because of their experience there, where they had seen cruelty and judgment and non-acceptance. I want everyone to know there is acceptance, there is love, and you're gonna get it from me. And I think that everyone I know here is also gonna give acceptance and love and whatever else you need. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I had no idea that our conversation was going to go in this direction. It does not mean there is any sort of a problem with it. And in fact, since we're going into a very frivolous season, summer starts, the actual equinox occurs next Sunday rather. And by the way, I have a marathon live stream planned for next Sunday too, but that's not why I'm here. Um, I think that in terms of learning from the, wherever you learn, I think that the smaller things are good. Have I missed anything? Okay. I could so take a nap right now, and I just might. I wish. I mean, I haven't even been on for an hour, but I'm just getting a little tired. Oh, thank you, Russell, and I believe you when you say that. Cindy says, Cindy is asking whether the sorrow and pain has shaped us into better people. I think that's a really good question. I think that's a great question. And I would like to believe that I have learned, in my case, from the sorrow and the pain that I have gone through. I want to believe that I have learned to be a better person, to love others more freely. Um, all of these goals that I have, I'm not the one to evaluate whether I have met those goals. I just want to be good. I hope that everybody just wants to be good in the way that they understand being good is. I don't think I can state it any more clearly. Exactly. Michelle is saying that our what we carry around with us, our pain, our sorrow, shapes us. And it does. It does. Oh, hello, Kristen Killingsworth. Yeah, exactly, Kristen. We all learn our own ways of dealing with pain, whether it is a specific event or a pattern of events. And not everyone realizes that a phenomenon such as PTSD can be post-traumatic stress syndrome, can be in response to a pattern of events rather than to one or two specific events. So I think if we all treat everyone else with love, if we are all gentle and kind, it doesn't matter what context we're talking about. We all need to be gentle and kind and treat each other with love and respect. And I don't care what we're talking about, even if we're talking about people who have completely hateful ideas in their heads. That's not our problem. Our responsibility is to treat everybody we encounter with love and respect, even if we want to smack them in the face. I hope that makes sense to people. Trying to read the comments now. Yes, Kirsten says, kind to ourselves as well. Exactly. I think that the more we focus on being kind to others, the more as an unintended a residual effect, we will see that we are being kind to ourselves. Ingrid, oh my gosh, that sounds so exciting. Ingrid's going on a whale watch. I want to see pictures. That sounds great. I have never been on a whale watch. I would love to see that sort of thing. Okay. I really, really regret this, but I'm getting very tired and I have to sign off. I have enjoyed this so much more than I even expected because we talk about. It's funny, whenever I come on, we talk about these deep things because probably because I want to talk about them and I want to examine them in my own life. And, whenever we create a character, that person is us. Anyway, I'm going to have to let you all go, or else I'm going to fall asleep in front of you, and nobody wants that. I am so glad that everybody was here. Okay, I'm reading some more of the comments. I think that everybody in this room is a very, very kind person because I don't want anyone around me who is not a kind person. And I hope that I give off that spirit, even though I'll admit I'm snarky sometimes. I say sarcastic and sometimes even bitter things. I want to be a kind person. I want to be a good person. And I want to surround myself with good people. Okay. Anyway, I'm afraid I have to call it a night. But thank you so much for joining me. This really has been lovely. And good night. If I can make the button work.